viewers, welcome back. Sims Beauty here with another video. So I know I haven't been on here for a while. First, let me explain my lighting situation. It's raining out here in lovely Pennsylvania, so my background unfortunately is going to look dark. I did try to open this window more and it's not really helping, so I apologize for that in advance. So yeah, no, I haven't been on here for about a month, and that was definitely intentional. I think last time I was on here we talked about, I think I did an update, but basically what I was doing, I was self-evaluating. I started feeling that workaholic part of me start to come out, and I'm really trying to move away from a lot of these worldly things that we are supposed to possess, and that's one thing that I would like to change about myself. So being a workaholic, now it's not, for me, being a workaholic is not a good thing. So for me, I need to change that about myself. There's a couple other characteristics about myself. Well, one other one mainly. Just trying to make sure that I'm, being positive, speaking positivity, because again, the words that come out of your mouth are very strong. And that's one thing, like I find myself complaining a lot, like, oh, I don't feel good. And yeah, I know people might say, well, granted, Tisha, you deserve to not feel good, but I don't want to make that the highlight of my day, So I've been working on that. I've been, and I do have my notes, y'all. I'm sorry, because my memory, it's been really bad. So I've been working on moving away from that workaholic. That was the point of me taking that month-long break from YouTube. I have been listening to my spirit guides. We did a video on Let's Talk About Synchronicities. So when I say I'm listening to my spirit guides, a lot of those synchronicities have come to light, and I have been looking that stuff up, like what numbers mean. Like 727 is a big number that comes up in my life. It's considered an angel number. They talk about 7 being the number that means word of God, things like that. We'll go into it. It's very in-depth, and I'm still learning about it, so I don't want to share something that I'm not completely comfortable, or I don't feel like I'm knowledgeable enough to share with you all. So I am working on that. So I've been interpreting a lot of that stuff, and basically what they're saying is, Tisha, remember to be positive, speak positively, know that we're here, we have your back, you're not alone, we love you. Whatever it is that you want to do in life, move towards that, and we'll make sure you succeed. Things like that. That's what they're telling me. I've noticed that I'm moving away from things that I used to like. This has been happening, I think, since the beginning of January. I guess subconsciously my body is just naturally gravitating away from certain things. Like I told you guys now, well, I've never really been a big TV watcher, but I used to have shows that I watched. Like I used to watch Love and Hip Hop and things like that. I can't tolerate it now. It's just, when I watch stuff like that, it makes my energy feel uneasy, like all over the place. I don't like that feeling. So I try to listen to my body. I try to act off my intuition. If something doesn't feel right, then I go off of that. I'm learning about, well, I was already aware of the energy part, but now I'm starting to be able to interpret it verbally. Like my daughter said something to me. She said something to me the other day. Excuse me, y'all. I'm really stumbling over my words today. I'm having really bad dizzy spells and things, so I'm trying to stay focused. My daughter came to me a couple days ago, and I could feel her energy immediately. And before she could even say anything, I was shouting stuff out like, you're feeling uneasy and blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, I don't know what happened, but it was like, I don't know. It felt like she put a wall up and I couldn't read her anymore. So I don't know what that is, but I'm starting to be able to read people's energies more. Like, I'm really keen with reading my husband's and my kids' energies because they're always around me. So I think my husband and Naya, those are the people I can read the most out of my family. Kwani, his energy is pretty almost always level, so I don't have to deal with him too much. But Terrence, he's an up and down roller coaster. So, you know, like, he came home this weekend and I had to kind of like step back because I'm not sure if it was something that I was doing or something that happened at the school, but I could just feel like something was wrong. He was upset about something, and when I tried to talk to him about it, he wouldn't tell me what it was, but I could feel it. So what I did was just I took a step back because I'm starting to realize that with Terrence, if something's wrong with him, I just have to give him time to process it. He's not one to talk about it immediately, so I have to respect that and give him his time. So that's what I'm doing. I've been working on improving the quality of my environment. You guys know that I'm on oxygen. So I did buy 2 Dyson purifiers. I have one in my room and one downstairs. And I mean, it's been okay. For the amount of money, I thought like I would almost have a dust-free environment, but I don't. But I'm giving it a try. What else? I'm diffusing. You know, guys, I do the aromatherapy thing. So I've been diffusing spike lavender, which is a new one that I came across. I'm not sure what the spike part means, but it's supposed to purify the air and cleanse the air and stuff like that. And because I have Pancake, certain things I have to be careful about diffusing because it can make him sick or it's toxic to him. And that's like the mints and the citrus and the tea tree and the eucalyptus. Those things I can't diffuse because of my pan. The other part of the self-evaluation thing I was working on is a lot of the medications that I'm taking. I noticed over the last month these dizzy spells have gotten really bad. And I started saying, like, do I really need to be on all this medication? Took a step back. And a lot of that stuff I cut out. As of right now, I'm only on my inhaler, the Trilogy inhaler for the breathing issues. And then I'm on the Protonics for my GERD. Other than that, I stopped everything, including the psych meds that I was on. So, because I felt like it wasn't helping me. And I'm one that's really, I'm a believer that if I take something and it doesn't help me, then I don't need to take it. So I felt like I'm strong enough to get through this on my own. And I feel like there's many other alternatives out here that's way better than some man-made chemical that they compress together and say, hey, take this and it's supposed to do this. Because that medicine really started to mess with my heart. And I don't feel like me having issues with my heart is more important than, I mean, like, it's worth me taking that medicine. So a lot of this stuff I stepped back from. So what did I do? I put in place the, because I was taking Lexapro. I changed that out for the CBD oil. And I truly feel like the CBD oil works way better. Actually, I'm not sure where you guys live, but I have a Wegmans near me. They have CBD sparkling waters. They're like $3.99 a can, and it's 25 milligrams of CBD in it. And I usually drink one of those at night, and it works tremendously. Like, I can feel myself relaxing. And to make sure that I wasn't having a placebo effect, I actually started my husband on the CBD oil as well. And it's been it's been helping him a lot because he just had surgery this past Friday on his hand. So he's been, you know, even before that, I've been giving him the CBD waters, and it's been really, really helping. So yeah, I moved from man-made to natural, and we're going to stick with the CBD oil. I feel like that's much better. If I'm having an anxiety attack, I can squeeze 2 squirts in my mouth, and within 10 and 15 minutes, I'm relaxed. So that is really, really important. Actually, I kind of probably should have took 2 squirts before I jumped on camera because I feel a little shaky for whatever reason. I think it's from the dizzy spell. It's making me feel really uneasy. But, yeah, so we've been doing that. And I've been meditating. Well, you guys know that I meditate anyway, but I told you guys I was using the Insight Timer app to meditate. I'm not sure if any of you guys use that app, but I also meditate outside of that. So I told you guys I like to meditate while I'm asleep. One of the things I have been using is my Amazon Prime Music app. And if you go on there and type in like rain sounds or white noise, things like that, they have a whole section for that, which I didn't even know until last night, and it's incredible. So instead of me having to sleep with headphones on, I can just use my smart TV and it'll play for 9 hours. Yeah, and that really helps me because I tend to wake up a lot while I'm asleep. So once I hear that white noise, I can go back to sleep easily, which is very helpful. And my husband hasn't minded, which is such a blessing. Because we are connected. We're supposed to be together. I know that for sure. But my husband and I, when it comes to this whole spirituality thing, we interpret it different. We do different things. But I am going to make a video. I asked him to please make a video with me on how to support your partner, your loved ones, family members, and friends who have spiritual awakenings or are very spiritual people. So we're going to do a video on that, and I think that's really important. What else? I've been getting ready for surgery. You guys know I'm supposed to have my surgery on November 12th. I'm nervous. I really don't want to have it, but I'm going to have it. And I'm going to be confident about it because, again, when I talk about me listening to my spirit guides, they let me know, like, Tisha, you're about to move into a different different season of your life, and it's going to be way better than this season. And I trust them. I believe them. So, yeah, I'm going to go forward with the surgery, and I really, truly believe that it's going to help. I've been doing a lot of research because if anybody doesn't know, I'm getting the Synapses diaphragm pacing system, and they usually use it for people who have ALS, and they have been using these systems since like the 80s, and a lot of people with ALS have the diaphragm pacing systems, and they're able to breathe on their own just by using that little mechanical device. So I feel like that gives me a lot of hope to know that people have been using these systems for about 30 years, and people have really had a lot of success. So that's important because I was sick the last couple weeks. My husband had to take me to emergency last week because my left lung, the top lobe, started collapsing. So I started having more difficulty breathing. I didn't understand what was going on. And then they told me that. So they were just like, you need to hurry up and have the surgery. So we're on a countdown for that. And lastly, yeah, I just been working on me. Trying to make sure that I'm staying grounded. I'm still doing my detox baths every morning. I showed you guys exactly what I'm doing with the apple cider vinegar and the Epsom salt. That's been really helpful. And with the meditation part, either, for me, water is all I really need to meditate. But no. What I'll say is this. Water, when I'm in water, I feel the most grounded. And when I say grounded, it's like no worries. My brain is clear. I just have silence. No anxiety, no nothing. So I feel the most grounded when I'm in water. And that's why I'll take those 2 to 3 hour baths every day, because that is kind of what sets my day off, I've been doing a lot of that. I've been, again, meditating while I'm asleep. I started moving away from my manifestation part because everything else was going on. But I'm going to jump and delve back into that. And then I didn't forget about the gratitude series that I'm starting. I am going to start that because I feel like it's important for people to just be aware of the little things. I don't know. It's like I won't say that I feel like I'm turning into a completely different person. What I feel like I woke up, and the way I used to be is now, like, my true self has been revealed. You know what I'm saying? Because I always had these peaks of interest when it came to spirituality. For those who don't know, I've meditated for 10 years plus of my life. It wasn't on an everyday consistent basis like it is now, but yeah, I started meditating 10 years ago when I was, all into my yoga and things like that. It's always been a part of my life. But I think before, when I meditated, I didn't understand how important it is, like how useful it is. I'll say that. We're just taking out time to sit and think and quiet your mind and just be in your own world for a minute. You know what I'm saying? It's so relieving and relaxing, and you can do it anywhere. Meditation, and I'm going to do a video on this. Meditation is not like people thinking it's this big fancy thing that only certain people can do. Anybody can meditate. So that will be my next video, guys. I don't want to keep you too long. Let me know in the comments what you guys been up to the last month. Let me know if you guys are interested in the gratitude series. Let me know if you guys have meditated, if you use the Insight Timer app, if you have used the Insight Timer app, or if you meditate outside. What type of meditation do you do? Let's make this active to help other people, guys. All right, guys. So until next time, peace, love, and blessings. Until the next one, guys.